Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Gabby, and today we are going to be detailing this 2007 Chevy Suburban. This guy is the biggest disaster I have ever seen. This poor car spent many years getting beat up by children, and it is time for it to get a complete makeover. Now, before we get too deep into this detail, I knew it was going to be super overwhelming for me, and I knew that it was going to take a lot of days to get this done, so I went ahead and made myself a little game plan. So what I decided was to break it up into 3 different sections. The trunk and third row seat area was going to be my first section, and then I would move to the second row section, and then of course last I would do the front row seats. My next course of action was to work top down, so that meant I would start with the headliner and then work my way down the walls and then finish with the carpets. So to start out, I wanted to try out my steamer. I have never used a steamer to fix a stain in a car before, so I wanted to give it a go. There was this nasty, hard, crusty something back here. Later on, I found out that it was a marshmallow sweet potato Thanksgiving spill sort of situation, but it was in that carpet really deep, and I was super impressed with the steamer method. I used it on all of the really deep, dark stains in the trunk, and it got every single one of them out. So the steamer clean method is sound. I just sprayed a little Folex on each of the stains, let it set for a couple minutes, and then came in with my steamer and a clean microfiber towel and wiped it right up. So as soon as I was done messing around with my steamer for a little bit, I executed my top-down plan. I started with the headliner, and it was a complete mess everywhere. Normally, I would not recommend spraying all over the headliner. I would just spray a little on your towel and go spot by spot. But there was a pop explosion everywhere, and this was the best way I could see to clean it all up. So before I get too far along, I just want to mention that if you see me using any products, I'm going to list absolutely everything I used down below in the description, just in case I forget to mention what it is I'm using. So for all the plastic cleaning, I'm using an all-purpose cleaner. It's called Law's Totally Awesome. So I went with a 10-to-1 ratio. It comes in a concentrate, so you dilute it with water. And normally I do 20-to-1, but as you can see, this plastic was so disgusting. I wanted to go ahead and give it a little bit of a stronger power this time, and the 10-to-1 ratio worked out really great. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and pull out the third row seats and get everything prepped to get started on the carpets. Originally, I wanted to pull all of these plastic pieces off, but I tried and they're either professionally glued in there or whatever sort of stained, gross stuff was happening back there permanently stuck them to the carpet. Either way, after messing around with it for a few minutes, I gave up and just left the plastic on there, so had to work around that, but not a big deal at all. So for the carpet cleaning solution, I used a Bissell brand type of cleaner. Also came in a concentrate, so follow the directions on the back to figure out how to dilute it. There are a couple other types of carpet cleaner I want to try out, but I figured I would just try a basic brand first and see how it worked. and it actually worked out pretty well. When I got into some of the other more heavily stained areas in the front of the car, I did try a couple other carpet cleaning methods. I did my first pass with the regular carpet cleaner, but I ended up whipping out the OxyClean powder because some of the stains were so set in, and I swear by OxyClean powder. I have never met a stain that it cannot conquer, but this car beat me down. I will explain a little bit later, but definitely went way past the point of diminishing returns. I will say that much. If you guys are brand new to my channel and this is the first video of mine you're seeing, I am a total noob at detailing. I've done just a few videos at this point. I will link a couple of those in the iCards throughout this video if you want to check those out. But I am brand new to the detailing community. I really look up to The Detail Geek and Stauffer's Garage. If you don't know who those guys are, definitely go check out their channels. They are true professionals and totally know what they're doing. So, as always, if any of you guys have any suggestions about products I should use or techniques I should implement, please let me know. I am completely open for any of your guys' suggestions to help me become a better detailer. So my final task for day one was to put the Chemical Guys Silk Shine on all the plastic. It's a really awesome plastic dressing and I'm obsessed with it. It's the only one I've tried so far, but I absolutely love it. Alrighty, we have entered day two, and I'm feeling super confident at this point. I felt like I really killed it in the trunk section, and I was ready to tackle the more serious stains up front. I don't know what all of this stuff is. I don't even know how it got stained under here because there's that lid that goes over this area, but somehow there were some serious stains under that cover. So I decided that it would be best to remove the seats. Quick tip, if you ever remove any bolts or screws from the car, make sure you have a designated bucket to store them in so you don't lose them. Now, a couple of you have scolded me in the past for lifting heavy seats by myself that I should not have, so I enlisted the help of my uncle to remove this giant second row seat. There was absolutely no way that I was going to be removing it on my own, so I saved my back and got some assistance. Here is a little shot of what we're working with. It is a real mess. So before anything else happens, I go through all the big chunks of garbage and pull out all the trash and then separate out any personal belongings that might have fallen under the seat area and get those out of the car before I do the vacuum. At this point, I made a mistake. There weren't nearly as many stains on the headliner in this area, so I thought I'd do the same thing as I did before and just directly spray them. Don't do that if there's only a couple of stains, because basically, as all of this dried, it left little dirty rings around each of those sections, so I had to go back in and use the best method, which is just spray on your towel directly and just, spot touch up. I had to do that except around all of those huge patches of wetness. So if you do not need to spray down the entire area, do not directly spray the headliner. It's just going to cause you more trouble in the long run. Now we are officially on to my absolute favorite part of detailing, and it is extractions. I don't know why, I think there's something about the transformation part of it that just makes me love it so much, but this area defeated me. I don't know what that pink thing is, but it wasn't coming out, it wasn't changing, it fully dyed the carpet. I don't know, maybe like Kool-Aid? There's another section of pink that might have been a highlighter. I don't know what it is, but I spent so much time trying to get it out. Oh man, that is one lesson I'm having a very hard time learning. I don't know what it is, but I get in the zone, and if it's not perfect, I just keep going, and it wastes so much time. And obviously I'm just starting out and trying to learn what works and what doesn't, but I'm going to have to learn very quickly that if it's not coming out, it's not coming out, and I need to be able to walk away and be okay with that. All right, guys, I'm going to put on some chill jams and let you guys enjoy this extraction montage. All right, we have officially entered day 3. I didn't finish all of the second row on day 2 like I wanted, but that's okay. Like I said, I spent a lot of time on the carpets the day before. Oh, also, before I forget, I want to mention a video that was posted earlier this week by Ammo NYC. He did a whole video on sanitizing and disinfecting your car. During all of this complicated time, I think it's a really good video to watch if you're looking to disinfect your car. So I will link that below if you want to go check that out. Ooh, also, I forgot to mention that I'm wearing my mask a lot in this video. I got it out because I wanted to make sure that I protected myself when I was using my steamer. I feel like it's a bad idea to steam chemicals and breathe that in. So whenever I was using the steamer, I absolutely had my mask on. And then it was really windy a lot of the time. So if I was spraying any of my chemicals and it was like blowing around, I also wore it then. Here's a little before and after shot so you guys can see how absolutely filthy these chairs were. I was shocked to see them sitting right next to each other like this. And we are officially on to day 4. I have moved to the front seat. So obviously I removed the passenger side seat and did my same method as before, getting all the big chunks of trash out and separating out what was personal items and what was garbage. So I did decide to remove the center console as well since I already had both of the seats out, and it was a really good call because there was a lot of trash under there, and I don't think I caught it on video, but I found a spoon in there. So don't be alarmed. Yes, there is a giant chunk of the dash that caved in on itself. It was already like that before I got it. Don't worry. I guess from years of sun damage, one day it just fell in on itself. So the owner actually has a carpeted topper that goes over the top now. You'll see it in the after pictures when I'm all finished. But yeah, that poor dash is falling apart. So as I say in all of my videos, I love you guys giving me suggestions and tips and tricks and stuff, but I haven't actually been able to go through a lot of the comments on the last one. So if there's anything new you guys said to me from the last one, I didn't get to implement it yet. But one thing I did see right out the gate was to spray the all-purpose cleaner on my brush instead of into the electronic area just to be safe. And that worked out really great. So I will keep doing that one. So, there is one piece of advice I have about carpet extractions. So, as I said before, I spent way too much time on the carpets, like way past what I should have. But one thing I did realize is that at some point you have to stop extracting and let the carpet dry, because what will keep happening is you will extract and extract, and then as it dries, the dirty areas will start lifting back up to the surface. And so you're like, oh, okay, well, I'll extract again. And it goes away, but just for a little while, and then it raises back to the surface again. So when you've hit that point in time where you just have to stop with the extraction, let the carpet fully dry, and then go back in with a microfiber towel and either spray a little Folex or maybe a little OxyClean on the towel and just lightly brush over that dirty area of the carpet. It'll clean off that surface carpet and the carpet will look totally clean. And that way, your carpet will look clean and you won't have to waste loads of time just continuing to extract and extract and extract. Alrighty, we are on to the center console. That front part was holding a bunch of change, so it was super dirty, and I made the mistake of totally forgetting to vacuum it out first. And when I went in with my steamer, there were chunks all over the place. So do not forget to vacuum everything first. I spent so much time working on every single seat in this vehicle. I had to cut out so much footage because I literally just sat there for hours and hours and hours just scrubbing with my tiny little detail brush on all the cracks and crevices of these seats. Just years and years of grease and grime shoved into the little cracks. They all took so long. One thing I really do want is a leather brush. I don't know if that would make it faster or not. Let me know if you guys have used those before, if they're any good, but I've been meaning to order myself one of those. Also, at this point, my Chemical Guys Silk Shine was dwindling, like my supply was getting really low, and I had purchased a backup of a different brand. It was like a gel type material. I don't remember what it's called. Like I said, I'll have it linked below, but I much prefer a spray. It seems a lot faster, and I don't know, the smell of it was kind of weird. I don't know if it was like an artificial grape smell, because I don't like that smell at all, but it had a weird funk to it, so I'm not sure I'm loving that one, but it seemed to work all right, just not as well as my Chemical Guys for sure. And if you didn't already notice my outfit change, we are on a new day. I've lost track of what day this is. I think it's day 5, maybe. Doesn't really matter because this is my final seat. I was so happy to get this one finished because, like I said, these seats took forever. Alrighty guys, we are officially on to the exterior. Now, I certainly wouldn't call this a full detail. It's more of just a basic car wash. I obviously sprayed out all the wheel wells and did a full basic car wash, but I didn't clay bar it and I didn't wax it because the owner lives in an area that is currently under construction, so they have to take a dirt road to get to their house every day. So obviously they're constantly kicking up the dirt and the grime and mud when it rains. So I just went ahead and did a basic wash, and then I did do a full clean on the tires because I always feel like that really makes the car look nice when the tires are looking really good. Alrighty guys, we have made it to the end of the video. I'm just finishing things up by cleaning up the glass very last. If you're new to the channel, I would love it if you subscribed. This one took it out of me. I am actually going to take a break next week. I won't be posting another detail video, but I will be posting a little video about a new puppy in my life. So if you want some cuteness, definitely check that out next week. But I just need some time to let my body recover. This one took way longer than I expected, and I just need a little break. But I do promise I will be back with more detailing videos in a couple weeks. So sit back and enjoy these before and after pictures, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.